Thanks for joining us. It was an unconventional election day in Wisconsin. Typically, we would have results for you, but tonight we have to wait another few days.
We won't get the results until next Monday, the 13th, and that is giving clerks enough time to count the tens of thousands of mail-in absentee ballots. We have with a couple of those clerks tonight, and our Amanda Quintana getting reaction tonight from the president, who specifically addresses the state's election this evening.
A final voter turnout won't be known until poll workers finish processing absentee ballots at each location. As of 4 p.m., it was about 25%. That includes both absentee ballots and in-person voting. Now, for comparison, the clerk's office said in April 2016, turnout at 4 p.m. was at 43%. Let's go to Maddie O'Neill with the latest on today's unorthodox election. She is live tonight in Middleton. Maddie?
Well, here in Middleton, it's usual 4 polling locations have been consolidated to 1 here at Cromery Middle School. It's just one of many changes in communities across the state to accommodate an election during a pandemic.
It's all been so surreal.
It's an election like no other, says City of Madison Clerk Maribeth Witzel-Bale, with reduced polling places, reduced poll workers, and reduced turnout.
Turnout is bleak compared to previous years.
Things on the increase this election: masks, shields, and this.
The calls have been much more angry than usual, and voters have a right to be angry.
Witzel-Bale says many still hadn't received their requested absentee ballots this election day, even though they'd been mailed a week ago, leaving them no option but to vote in person, or if they're quarantined at home, not at all.
We have no remedy for them. We have no other options at the local level. We have to follow what we've been told by the legislature and the Supreme Court of the state and the U.S. Supreme Court.
It's been a low turnout compared to what it normally would be.
In Middleton, City Administrator Mike Davis says a push for absentee voting is making up for the lack of in-person voting and will likely bring them above the 8,500 voters who took part in 2016's presidential primary.
I thought it went pretty well given the circumstances, and that's because of the large number of absentee ballots.
In Madison, Witzel-Bale says the percentage of returned absentee ballots is down compared to the last presidential primary, too.
We're just hoping to bounce back from this election so we have enough resilience to take on November.
One thing to keep in mind when comparing this election to the last presidential primary in 2016, Wisconsin was in the national spotlight as voters chose Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton in that contested race and Ted Cruz over Donald Trump in the Republican primary. Now, another strange thing to keep in mind with this election, something we've probably noticed, we aren't getting election results in until next Monday.